Imagine walking into a crowded room where laughter bounces off the walls, conversations weave through the air, and everyone seems to belong somewhere, but not you. You nod politely, smile at the right moments, yet inside, 1,000 thoughts swirl like a storm you can't quite tame. Have you ever wondered why some people appear so calm, almost invisible, while their minds are racing, feeling every word, every glance, every subtle shift in energy? That's the world of the quiet, the ones who seem reserved, yet carry oceans within them. They notice the small gestures others miss, feel emotions in vivid shades, and process life with a depth that can be overwhelming if expressed outwardly. Today, we're diving into that hidden intensity, why quiet people experience the world so fully and yet rarely let it show. You might recognize yourself in this, or finally understand someone you've always thought of as just quiet, and see that there's so much more beneath the surface. Many people assume that quiet individuals are shy, cold, or emotionally detached, but these assumptions miss the truth entirely. Psychology studies show that introverted minds often process emotions more deeply, noticing nuances that others might overlook. Silence, in this sense, isn't emptiness. It's a vessel, holding thoughts, feelings, and reflections that swirl far beyond what anyone sees. Have you ever noticed someone who speaks little, yet when they do, their words carry a weight, a clarity that makes you pause? That's not a coincidence. Quiet people are not missing something. They are living intensely inside, their minds exploring layers of experience, memory, and empathy that often go unnoticed. There's a reason their silence carries more depth than most realize, and it's not a flaw, it's a different kind of strength. This richness can be invisible to those around them, leading to misconceptions, misunderstandings, or even judgment. But for anyone willing to look closer, or for those who feel this inside themselves, quietness is not absence. It's a quiet mastery of the inner world, a reservoir of thought and feeling that shapes how they perceive, respond, and connect with life. Quiet people don't just notice the world differently, they experience it differently, and science helps explain why. Neuroscience shows that highly sensitive individuals have brains that respond more intensely to stimuli, processing sights, sounds, and social cues with remarkable depth. While someone else might brush off a slight comment, a quiet person feels it ripple through them, dissecting every nuance, every unspoken meaning. This heightened sensitivity isn't a weakness. It's a lens through which emotions are magnified, reflected upon, and carried with care. Empathy plays a huge role too. Studies reveal that people who are quieter often mirror others' emotions internally, absorbing joy, sorrow, and stress as if it were their own, then processing it with reflective thinking before sharing a single word. Imagine someone laughing along at a friend's joke while simultaneously feeling a pang of empathy for an unnoticed struggle nearby, or sensing tension in a room that no one else seems to register. Their internal world is rich, layered, and often overwhelming. Emotions don't just come, they arrive fully formed with colors, textures, and echoes, and the quiet mind carefully examines each one. For those who identify with this, it can feel isolating, but it's also a source of profound insight and connection. Understanding that your brain reacts differently isn't a flaw. It's a window into a life lived in vivid emotional clarity, even when the outside world sees only calm. Despite the intensity simmering beneath the surface, quiet people often choose not to reveal the full scope of their emotions, and there's a complex reason behind this restraint. Social conditioning teaches us early that outward expression is expected, that visibility equates to acceptance, and deviation can bring discomfort or judgment. For those naturally inclined to introspection, constantly performing socially can be exhausting, prompting a careful management of energy.
Emotional labor, research shows, is especially taxing for introverted individuals who must navigate the balance between authentic feeling and socially acceptable behavior. Silence becomes a tool of self-protection, a buffer against misunderstanding, overexposure, or conflict. Imagine attending a gathering where your mind is alive with observations, insights, and empathetic resonance, yet every word spoken demands energy you might rather reserve for reflection. The contrast is striking. A calm exterior masking a storm of thought and feeling, where every gesture, smile, or nod is calibrated to maintain connection without depletion.
This intentional restraint can be misread as indifference or detachment, when in truth it is a conscious strategy to survive and thrive socially without losing oneself. Quiet people have learned to regulate, to translate internal intensity into measured external signals, preserving emotional balance while still engaging meaningfully. Recognizing this reveals a deeper wisdom. Their silence is not absence, but deliberate, a protective vessel that allows profound inner life to coexist with a composed exterior in a world that often misunderstands depth for distance. The very depth of emotion that quiet people often conceal is also their greatest strength, shaping a life rich in insight, creativity, and connection. Studies in psychology reveal that heightened empathy, the ability to sense and understand others' feelings, correlates with stronger relationships and greater life satisfaction. Quiet individuals often excel here, noticing subtleties that others miss, responding with thoughtfulness, and building bonds that are genuine and lasting. Their reflective nature fuels creativity, allowing ideas to simmer, evolve, and emerge in ways that more impulsive thinkers might overlook.
Decision-making, too, benefits. By processing emotions carefully and considering multiple perspectives, quiet people navigate choices with a clarity and foresight that commands respect. These strengths are often invisible because they operate beneath the surface, hidden behind calm expressions or reserved conversation. Yet they manifest in meaningful actions, listening when someone truly needs it, crafting solutions that anticipate overlooked details, or offering support that feels intuitive rather than obligatory. Feeling deeply is not a burden, it is a reservoir of resilience, equipping individuals to handle life's challenges with patience and insight. The next time you question the value of quiet reflection or subtle emotional awareness, remember that these hidden depths are not weaknesses, they are a unique contribution, a power quietly shaping the world, enriching connections, and guiding thoughtful, compassionate action in ways the loudest voices often cannot.
Feeling everything deeply comes at a cost, and for quiet individuals, that cost is often invisible to the outside world. Overthinking becomes a constant companion, turning small interactions into intricate puzzles and minor slights into lingering questions. Social gatherings, even when enjoyable, can drain energy quickly, leaving the mind racing long after the room has emptied. Their contributions, though thoughtful and impactful, often go unrecognized, hidden behind a calm exterior that others mistake for passivity or indifference. This invisibility can leave quiet people vulnerable, sometimes manipulated or overlooked, because the richness of their internal effort is never fully seen. Imagine caring intensely, analyzing every detail, and offering insight that could transform a situation, only to have it dismissed or unnoticed. The tension between profound inner strength and external perception creates a unique kind of fatigue, one that is emotional, mental, and often isolating. Yet acknowledging these challenges is the first step toward understanding them. By recognizing the hidden strain, the quiet mind can begin to navigate the world more strategically, protect its energy, and harness its depth without being overwhelmed. These costs are real, but they are not insurmountable. They are the shadow side of a life lived with exceptional emotional awareness.
If you followed this journey, it's clear. Being quiet is not a flaw, and feeling deeply is not a weakness. Quiet people are not broken. They simply experience life on a different wavelength, one where emotions arrive fully, thoughts linger with nuance, and connections are forged through understanding rather than volume. There is power in this depth. Your capacity to empathize, to reflect, and to perceive what others overlook is a strength few truly recognize. It allows you to navigate challenges with insight, to create with intention, and to build relationships that are rich and lasting. Embracing your emotional nature is not just about acceptance, it's about pride. When you honor the way your mind and heart interact, you reclaim energy, confidence, and authenticity. Instead of measuring yourself by external expectations, measure yourself by your own awareness, compassion, and thoughtfulness. Your quiet presence can calm, inspire, and influence in ways loudness cannot. So let this be a reminder. Your depth is a superpower. Own it, celebrate it, and let it guide your life. The world benefits from those who feel fully, think deeply, and act with intention. And that is exactly who you are.